Self-improvement will not solve all your problems. Going to the gym won't solve all your problems. Meditating won't solve all your problems. The only thing that can solve all of your problems is you. I remember when I was 17 years old and I got on self-improvement. I started watching a bunch of self-improvement YouTubers. I started implementing the practices. And whilst I don't regret doing very beneficial practices for myself, like going to the gym, meditating, journaling when I'm struggling with my mental health, I don't think that self-improvement is the be-all and end-all. And I don't think self-improvement should be viewed as a movement in a sense. Because you see all these YouTubers saying, hop on self-improvement. They're trying to act as if self-improvement is this cult, this movement, this sort of organization in a way in which you can join, or it's kind of like, even in a religious sense, people say, oh, I follow self-improvement, and they say, oh, this certain book is my Bible, and my way of praying is meditation, and my place of worship is the gym. People take self-improvement very seriously. Now, the best investment I think you can make out of anything in this world is in yourself. I think improving yourself and making yourself a better individual is fantastic. I don't discourage that. What I discourage is people being brainwashed by these self-improvement YouTubers. All of these people try to sell them a course. All these people creating YouTube videos that are super edited and fast-paced so that you keep watching them. It's sending people down a very, dare I say, bad path. And from personal experience, it kind of sent me down a bad path. It made me try and be someone I wasn't. Now, I'm certainly a very different person to where I was when I was 17 years old, but there were certain aspects of my self-improvement journey that I wish I would have done differently. I don't necessarily regret certain stuff, and I don't think I would. I've just said I would change stuff, but I would keep them as they are if I had the choice, because they've taught me very valuable lessons, but I just wish I'd learnt those lessons sooner before I made the mistakes I made. Now, what I mean by this is that self-improvement YouTubers often encourage you to break out the 9 to 5 and make your own YouTube channel and express the same things that I do, but at the end of the day, not everyone is cut out for that, and you will see countless of YouTube channels on YouTube where people have just sat speaking to a camera. They've given their self-improvement bias. They've just regurgitated everything that they've learned from these other YouTubers, but sadly they have less experience, less charisma, less tenacity in what they're saying. So it's essentially just a diluted, watered down version of all these other YouTubers' videos. And that is what happened to me. I had a YouTube channel where I talked about self-improvement, and in the early stages of making videos, I was a bit out of my depth, and the way I was speaking didn't really match the person I wanted to present myself as. I became very judgmental of people. I became hypercritical of the 9 to 5. I was indirectly criticizing people I knew because of the way that they lived their lives. And that was very wrong of me to do, because, as the phrase goes, judge not, lest ye be judged. And God does not choose to judge someone till the end of their days, so why should we be any different? Again, not trying to make this a religious lecture, but they're very important quotes to understand and listen to. Because I became so judgmental on self-improvement, and I think the split between the pros of my self-improvement journey and the cons of my self-improvement journey, they're fairly evenly split, because I've certainly gained a lot of friends, and I've met certain individuals that if I didn't discover self-improvement, I wouldn't have met. For example, when I go to the gym, I've met tons of people that I see regularly that I wouldn't have had I not started the gym in that moment in my life. And I've been able to speak with certain people had I not started a YouTube channel, and I've been able to have certain experiences if I didn't connect with certain people, etc., etc. However, I've lost a lot of friends because of self-improvement. Now, I'm not going to say I've outgrown people. That is what I would have said about a year prior, because I know every single person is on a different path. Every person has got to find their own way, and who am I to criticize one person's way of doing something or one person's belief in something? Now that I say this, that of course does not stop people criticizing me, and it does not stop people from being judgmental of me, but as long as I keep my non-judgment, as long as I keep calm and see everyone and respect people, then they can judge all they want. They have every right to judge me for what I believe, and I encourage people to criticize me and tell me what I'm doing wrong and point out my BS, because that's how we grow as people. If you just surround yourself with people who just think the same as you do and are yes men, and even when you truly mess up, they'll say, oh no, you acted fairly. Of course, it's good to have people around you that are like-minded, but you just don't want clones of yourself. You want people who will benefit you, who will call you out on your mistakes and help you grow from it. And this is something that I'm very grateful for, because I have individuals in my life who do point out my mistakes and will certainly learn from my mistakes, because a wise man learns from his own mistakes. A wiser man learns from the mistakes of others. I'm full of quotes today. They just pop into my head as I go along. Regardless, self-improvement has definitely caused a lot of problem in my life. It certainly had a lot of highs, created a lot of highs in my life over these past 2 years, and created a lot of lows. But now that I think about it, I would not change a thing, because the individual that I am today, because of self-improvement, getting on self-improvement, again, I don't really like using that term, but it's just the easiest way of explaining things. I would not change who I am today, but I would certainly encourage someone who's younger than me, in a similar position that I was, is don't allow yourself to get brainwashed by all of these self-improvement YouTubers and all of these self-improvement advice. Don't blindly follow anything. You are an individual, you are your own person, and you can make the judgments for yourself. Now, of course, when you're in this period of going from age 16 to 25, you're going to be a completely different person. What you believe at 16 years old is going to differ from what you believe at 17 years old, 18 years old. Me at 19 years old, if I was able to speak to my 17-year-old self, I would give him the longest lecture possible. I would point out all of his mistakes. I'd probably give him a slap in the face because of the way that he acted sometimes. But I can't do that. All I can do is focus on the present moment and make sure I become a person that my future self will be grateful for. And I am grateful for my 17-year-old self, because he's the one who got me where I am today. But I'm also ungrateful for him on some bits because of the way he acted. But again, I guess I can be eternally grateful to him, because he has taught me a lot. Life is a great teacher. But ultimately, what beats self-improvement is yourself. You are the only person who can solve all your problems. No amount of self-improvement programs and investing and alpha male advice is going to help you become your own person. You will simply be a facade. You will simply be trying to emulate someone else by buying this coaching, watching these videos. You need to figure out your strengths, figure out your weaknesses, and understand you are an individual. Sure, you can have role models, sure you can aspire to be like people, but at the end of the day, there has been no person like you in the history of humanity. Of course, there's been similarities, but there's been no person with your combination of DNA, no person with your combination of skills. So use that to your advantage. Don't let self-improvement brainwash you. And remember, you are your own hero, and you will save your life. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure you subscribe. Comment down below your thoughts. I always like to hear what other people have to say. And may God bless you as He's blessed me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Take care.